If a converter promises everything, ask what source it can actually touch. That is the practical way to read a dBpoweramp music converter review. dBpoweramp is best understood as a local audio library utility. Its strongest job is not unlocking a streaming service or composing music for you. Its strongest job is taking files you already have permission to process, converting them between formats, and keeping the resulting library organized. The review's short verdict is clear. dBpoweramp is worth shortlisting if you manage a desktop music library, still rip CDs, convert whole folders, care about tags, and want a right-click style workflow on Windows or macOS. It is less convincing if your real job is protected streaming catalog conversion, lightweight browser editing, audio to MIDI transcription, or sheet music conversion. Start with the source rule. Treat dBpoweramp as a converter for local audio you own or are allowed to process. Do not blur that with protected streaming downloads, account-only playback, or files you do not have rights to reuse. A normal FLAC folder on your drive and a service-managed catalog item are not the same kind of source. The official product page positions dBpoweramp around audio conversion, especially MP3 conversion, FLAC, WAV, AAC, Apple lossless, batch conversion, DSP effects, and Explorer or Finder integration. It also advertises a 21-day full trial, Windows and macOS downloads, and CD Ripper as part of the product bundle. That tells you what kind of product this is. A desktop library tool, not a browser clip editor, and not a music recognition app. The codec surface is broad. The article notes AIFF, AAC, Apple lossless, CDA, FLAC, MP3, Ogg Vorbis, Opus, WAV, WMA, and utility codecs for tags, audio information, CRC checks, channel splitting, multi-encoding, replay gain, and tag from fielding workflows. The separate codec page also makes the useful distinction between lossy and lossless codecs. That matters because converting an archive file into a listening copy is different from preserving a master. Now walk through the decision table. For local format conversion, dBpoweramp is strong with MP3, FLAC, WAV, AAC, AAF, Opus, Ogg Vorbis, and more. The watch-out is that it is a desktop utility, not a browser workflow. For CD ripping, it is strong because CD Ripper is included with Music Converter. The watch-out is physical and practical. You still need a drive and clean source disks. For batch library work, dBpoweramp is useful because a real folder job needs subfolders, filters, naming, and tags. The watch-out is that it can be overkill for one quick clip. For audio repair or trimming, the fit is limited compared with a dedicated editor. Use a trimmer or DO to waveform edits matter. And for MIDI or notation workflow, dBpoweramp is not the main product. Use Melogen when the goal is MIDI, MusicXML, or score cleanup. That leads to the strengths that matter. Format coverage is the first one. If your library contains FLAC, WAV, AIFF, ALAC, A4A, WMA, Ogg Vorbis, Opus, or MP3 files, dBpoweramp is built for the unglamorous but important job of converting them without turning every task into a DOS session. Batch handling is the second strength. A one-track conversion can happen in many tools, but a real library job is different. You may need folders, subfolders, include-exclude filters, naming rules, and tag-aware organization. dBpoweramp leans into that one-click batch convert workflow. Metadata and library maintenance are the third strength. Tags, album art, file naming, and replay gain style utility steps are not flashy, but they decide whether a converted library stays usable later. That is why dBpoweramp feels more like an audio librarian's tool than a simple upload and convert page. CD ripping is the fourth strength. It matters less than it did a decade ago, but it still matters for musicians, collectors, educators, and archivists who have physical disks and want a controlled local library. Now, set the limits before you install. dBpoweramp is not a full audio editor. It can apply DSP effects during conversion, but it is not where you should expect detailed waveform editing, arrangement decisions, comping, noise repair, or a day-level production work. It is also not a notation or MIDI tool. A file converter can make an MP3 copy from a WAV or FLAC file, but it does not turn a recording into editable notes. a PDF score into MusicXML, or a rehearsal clip into a MIDI draft. Those are recognition, transcription, and cleanup problems, not simple format problems. And a converter never solves source rights questions. If a track exists only through a streaming subscription, account-only offline mode, or protected download, treat that as a platform and rights question before treating it as a technical format problem. This is where the dBpoweramp versus Melogen table is useful. If the reader job is converting a FLAC folder to MP3 listening copies, dBpoweramp is the better first tool because batch conversion, naming, tags, and codec control are central. If the job is ripping CDs into a local library, dBpoweramp is again the better first tool because the CD ripper is included. If the job is trimming an owned audio clip for practice or sharing, Melogen Music Trimmer is the better first tool because the work is waveform selection and export, not library conversion. If the job is turning an owned audio clip for practice or sharing, Melogen Music Trimmer is the better first tool because the work is waveform selection and export, not library conversion. If the job is turning a recording into editable MIDI, Melogen Audio to MIDI fits because the work is transcription. If the job is converting sheet music or a PDF score into editable output, Melogen Sheet to MIDI or PDF to MusicXML fits because the source is notation. If the job is rendering MIDI to an audio listening copy, Melogen MIDI tools fit because the source is MIDI data, not recorded audio. So the decision loop is simple. Confirm the source, name the output, decide whether the task is a library job or a creative job. Keep a master file. Check current platform support and trial limits on the official product page. Avoid cracked installers and unofficial mirrors. Desktop audio utilities are not worthwhile wear risk. And the strain adolve during who profound equipment verical occasions is vet. The practical takeaway is this. dBpoweramp remains a strong review candidate for local audio stewardship. Its best points are codec coverage, batch conversion, CD ripping, tags, and desktop integration. The main mistake is using the wrong mental category. dBpoweramp is not a magic answer for protected streaming catalogs, and Melogen is not a replacement for a desktop library converter. Use dBpoweramp when the job is file conversion and library maintenance. Use Melogen when the job starts from owned audio, MIDI, or notation and needs a practical music workflow after the file exists. This is the official Melogen AI channel. Subscribe for practical music knowledge, local audio workflows, notation workflows, and better ways to use AI music tools. Melogen AI offers music tools and AI music models for musicians, educators, and creators. Visit melogenai.com to try Melogen with files you own or have permission to edit.